Really appreciate y'all being here, and they've asked me to make a few comments, so here it goes. So I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but when I see what Trump and his gang are doing in the country, it's almost like they're following a script given to them by Vladimir Putin. Putin despises our leadership in the world. At one time, the USSR was on par with the US co-superpowers. But with the disintegration of the Soviet Union and the weakness of their economy, Russia's become a second-rate nation. Putin wants us to follow, and we're sleepwalking into his trap, destined to decline and fall into mediocrity. Our people in the world will be poorer if Trump succeeds. So here's a recipe for failure. If you want to be a second-rate nation, decimate your research infrastructure. Wreck the civic institutions and agencies that have served your citizens for decades. Hire people not for their skills, but for their loyalty to the great leader. Forsake your world leadership role and withdraw into Fortress America. If you want to be a second-rate nation, slander intellectuals, attack your centers of knowledge, and exile your experts. Destroy trade and penalize your people with tariff taxes. Create chaos with unpredictable, nonsensical policies based on your gut feelings. Undercut the courts and install toadies for judges. If you want to be a second-rate nation, create doubt in elections and castigate officials who stand by their results. Mock the media, punishing those who dare question you and rewarding the bootlickers. Give power to wealthy elites to run government as they see fit, that is, to make themselves richer. Treat newcomers with hostility, calling them dangerous enemies and alienating hardworking, talented people who want to stay here. If you want to be a second-rate nation, elevate your ethnic group and religion and play the victim of manufactured grievances. Demonize teachers, turn schools into ghettos, and funnel money into educating the ruling elite. Treat women as property and people of color as unworthy of the rights others take for granted. Create a caste of people who live on a razor's edge of medical bankruptcy and sacrifice their old age on capitalism's altar. If you want to be a second-rate nation, starve poor children, depriving them of the ability to grow and flourish into productive citizens. Yank away rights and health care from those who don't conform to your puritanical categories of gender. Lie to your people, cheat your friends, line your pockets, and break the law as your party cheers you on. Friends, we're here today to mark the death of a champion for liberty. John Lewis urged us to make good trouble. But can good trouble counter bad trouble? The bad trouble that wrecks a nation and impoverishes its people? A nation that sends armed, anonymous agents to kidnap mothers and children in the streets? Will our leaders hear our pleas? Or must we face violence, suffer broken skulls, bruises, bullets, and batons? Are we willing to sacrifice as John Lewis, Martin Luther King Jr., James Chaney, Andrew Goodman, Michael Schwerner, and many others did? The fates of these martyrs shocked the nation into action. But today we seem beyond shock. So gird yourself, prepare, because despots never yield power willingly. It is up to us. Thanks.
Yeah.